What is up, guys? Today I'm going to be showing you how I make happy virtual sounding samples for artists like Lil Uzi. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to play you the sample that I made, and then I'm going to break it down. So here's what the sample sounds like. So yeah, that's the sample I made. I'm gonna break it down here. So the first sound I used was this pluck from, I think it's the adapt serum bank, and it's called the aspect. So I'm gonna play you the pattern I came up with here. Yeah. So that's the first pluck I used, and then I layered it with this other pluck. But if I play like this one, it messes with my computer. So I'll just play them together right here. So this is what they sound like together. Yeah. And actually, this one I used, I think it's the Luck Pluck, and it's from Money XO's kit. Yeah, it's the Luck Pluck Money XO. And so for effects, I used on the first one, the first pluck, I used the EQ, taking out lots of the lows and the highs, and then I added a little bit of a delay. I just turned the knob down, just to make it a little bit less harsh. And then for the second pluck I just added reverb. Okay, so the next sound I used was this ARP, and it's from, let's see, it's from this Cash Global kit. It's a free kit that I got, and I like a bunch of sounds, so it's a pretty good kit. So I'll play you the what I came up with here. So one thing you're like towards the end here, you hear it's like super there's like a lot of delay on it. So I didn't really want that good, like going into the next part of the sample. So I had to like I exported each part out so you wouldn't hear the delay when it goes into the next part. So if you ever like hear like one part of the sample cross over into the next one, I recommend just like exporting them, like the instrumentation, like how you want it arranged, like piece by piece. You export that out and then you arrange it, or you can just export every single sound and then lay it out how you want to. So yeah, that's the sound I use. And then next thing I added was this ARP, or sorry, not an ARP, a lead. An effects that I used on this one, I just EQ'd. There were a lot of lows, and I still wanted to have a bass on it, so I didn't want like the lows kind of like clashing with the bass. So that's why I EQ'd the lows. Next sound I used was this lead, and it's from the 2K serum presets, and it's Money XO's again. And this is what I came up with that. So yeah, like it's pretty simple. Just like I followed the like the notes of the scale, like jumping up and down. Just a simple lead pattern. And effects I use in it, I EQ'd out. I'll play here. There were some, um, I guess, parts that were like sort of here and here, and I didn't want that, I guess, shining so much. I wanted more just like the mids. I added delay again, like I did with the pluck, and I just turned the knob down, and then again, I added reverb. So yeah, that's for that. Then, for most of these samples, I like to add a usually a vocal chop. So here's the vocal chop I have here. I'll just play it. So yeah, um, effects I used on that, I just I EQ'd out. There's some highs here that I didn't want, and then um, I just wanted to. I don't know why I EQ'd the lows. I have no idea, but I just didn't want the highs. And then I added delay again, but this one I had the knob a little bit higher than I would with like a pluck. And then finally, what I like to add for like the bridges on my beats and the like just for the samples, if they want to use it in the bridge, is just a bass. So I'll play you the bass pattern. It just follows the root notes of the chords. So this is what it sounds like. So yeah, that's how I made the bass, just following the root notes. And effects I use on that. No, I didn't put any effects on the bass. So yeah, I kind of want to talk about how I usually arrange my samples, just so like the person that's actually making the beat, they have a lot to choose from, like what parts they want and what they don't. So usually I start with all my sounds together, um, every sound I use, and then I take all the sounds out except like the pluck. And this is just for like my virtual hyperpop loops that I make. So I start with all the sounds, and then I take everything out except the pluck, so just the main melody playing, and then I add everything back again. But I don't want the bass, so this would just be everything without the bass. And then if I have like a an ARP or something, I'll add it back again here. An ARP or like a synth that like kind of helps with the main melody. Like following the chords again. I'll add it back here, and then I'll play the. I always add a lead and a vocal chop to my loops, so I'll play each one separate with the pluck. But with the vocal chop here, I thought it sounded better with the ARP and not just like the pluck and then the vocal chop. I thought like I guess the the person making the beat would want to. It just sounded more full, um, with the ARP and not just the pluck and the vocal chop. But yeah, that's how I arrange my beats. I know other people do it differently, but that's just personally how I like to do it. And yeah, so I exported each part out, and I pretty much yeah, that's pretty much what I did. So yeah, thank you for watching this video and hit that subscribe button.